included in semester 2, we have this worksheet, which is, included in the final exam. We have this worksheet, which is semester 2 revision, and we still have a worksheet, which is semester 3 revision. So we have 2 revision sheets for the final exam, revision semester 2 and revision semester 3. But it's not enough only to study these revision sheets. You should also revise the lectures to study the definitions, the important definitions that we talked about, especially in our lesson, which is about triangles. You know that in the lesson triangles, we studied so many important things that are the special triangles. Who can remind me what are the special triangles that we talked about? Yes?
Isosceles triangle.
The isosceles triangle, yes. And
The right
The
isosceles.
equilateral triangle.
the right isosceles triangle, yes. What else?
The equilateral triangle.
The equilateral triangle, yes. We still have
The semi-equilateral.
the semi-equilateral. Maybe there are some students now here that do not know the semi-equilateral triangle. So let me share now the whiteboard. Please pay attention. We talked about, as you said, we talked about the right triangle. It is a triangle having one right angle in it. So this is the right triangle. And you also said we have the isosceles triangle. Also, we talked about the isosceles triangle having 2 equal sides and having 2 equal angles. This is the isosceles triangle having 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. Also, we have the equilateral triangle. In the equilateral triangle, we have just a minute.
Two equal sides.
What do we have in an equilateral triangle? Yes.
Two equal sides.
We have 2 or 3 equal sides.
3.
Yes, in an equilateral triangle, we have 3 equal sides and we have 3 equal angles. This is an angle equal to 60 degrees. This is equal to 60 degrees, and this is equal to 60 degrees. Also, we talked about the right isosceles triangle. It is right, so it has one right angle in it. So this is a right angle. It is isosceles. Also, it has 2 equal sides and it has 2 equal angles. What does each angle measure in an isosceles right isosceles triangle? It measures, yes?
90 degrees.
This is 90 degrees, but what is the measure of this angle and this angle?
60 degrees.
No. We know that all the angles in a triangle have the sum of 180 degrees, right?
Miss 30.
Yeah.
يا جماعة اسمعوا شوي. Wait a minute. The 3 angles give me 180 degrees, right, Adam?
Yes.
If this is 90 degrees, I will have for this and for this 90 degrees together. If they are equal, so each angle will measure how much in a right isosceles triangle?
45 degrees.
Don't forget it. هذه لازم, we should memorize it. Each angle is equal to 45 degrees. This is 90, this is 45, and also This is 45 degrees. So each angle measures 45 degrees. So we have a right triangle, isosceles, equilateral, right isosceles, and we have also a triangle which has nothing special in it. It is called a scalene triangle. I told your friends also about a special triangle, which I didn't talk about it in class before, but it's a very important triangle. This triangle, it has a right angle in it, but it's not called a right triangle. It has a 30 degrees angle in it. This angle is equal to 30 degrees, and this angle is equal to 60 degrees. So in this special triangle, I have three angles measuring 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. So this triangle is called a semi-equilateral triangle. Semi-equilateral triangle. 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees. Please don't forget it. This triangle is called a semi-equilateral triangle. It's not a right triangle. It's not an equilateral triangle. It is called a semi-equilateral triangle. Don't forget this triangle. You should always remember that it has a 30 degrees, a 60 degrees, a 90 degrees angle. So it is called a semi-equilateral triangle. So these are the special triangles that we talked about before.
Miss, in the exam you're gonna bring all the chapters?
All the chapters. هلأ مش وقته هيدا السؤال يا آدم، صح؟ بعد شوي بنحكي عن الإكزام. انت مسؤول حبيبي عن كل شيء بسمستر 2 وبسمستر 3. كل شيء من ويك 20 بالبادلت وطلوع. يعني بقلب البادلت بتفوت على البادلت لينك اللي بعثت لكم اياه على الفون، هيديك اليوم بعثت لكم على الواتساب لينك بادلت. بتفوت على هيدي البادلت، بتبلش تدرس من سمستر 2، من سمستر 2 وطلوع لامتحان اخر السنه. يعني you should study from week 20 and so on. Okay. Week 20 وطلوع. So
Because I asked them next week I'm coming to school.
Okay, so after revising the special triangles, let us do this exercise in the worksheet that we have now. This exercise is a revision for special triangles. So let's look at the first figure. In the first figure, we have a triangle A, B, C. So we have a triangle ABC. We should fill here the blanks according to this triangle. ABC is a triangle. You can see that in this triangle, we have a mark on side AB and a mark on side BC. We have the same marks. So what about these two sides? These two sides are what يا جماعة? They are equal sides. So this triangle has two equal sides, and as you can see, this angle here is a right angle. Okay, if a triangle has two equal sides, what kind of triangles is it?
Right isosceles.
It has, ya Hassan, two equal sides, so it is isosceles. It has one right angle, so it becomes, yes, ya Hassan, ABC is a
Right isosceles.
right isosceles triangle. It has a angle. What kind of angles does it have? It has a
90 degree.
ما بنقول a 90
right
degrees.
angle.
It has a right angle. So this angle is a right angle. So it has a right angle. And What about these two sides? They are
Equal.
وين البقايا؟ فيش إلا حسن معاي؟ وين البقايا؟ اللي ما بده يحكي رح أعمل له ريموف من الكلاس. ما بدي حدا ساكت أنا، أوكي؟ So it has a right angle and it has how many equal sides?
2 equal sides.
2 equal sides. So it has 2 equal sides. So then, since the sides are equal, so this triangle is isosceles. What about this angle and this angle? They are
Equal.
They are equal. So these two angles are equal angles. This angle and this angle, they are equal to each other's. So it has 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. Okay, if these two angles are equal and this is 90 degrees, as I said, what will be the measure of each angle of these? Each angle will measure how much?
45 degrees.
Yes, each
45
angle
degrees.
will measure 45 degrees. So this angle will be 45 degrees and this angle will be 45 degrees. So each angle measures 45 degrees. So this is a right isosceles triangle. Now, if we look at the second triangle, EFG, we have a mark on EG, the same mark on GF. So these two triangles are
Equal.
so EFG, what kind of triangles is EFG having two equal sides? It is, which triangle has two equal sides? Yes? Hello? يا جماعة بعدني هلا عم بحكيهم. Which triangle has
مش
two equal...
isosceles.
Yes, EFG is an isosceles triangle. It has how many equal sides?
2 equal sides.
2 equal sides, and these two angles also will be
Equal.
so, and it has 2 equal angles. So it has 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. So 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. Okay, if this angle measures 70 degrees, what will be the measure of these two angles? If this angle measures 70 degrees, يا جماعة, what is the measure?
55.
What is the measure of the three angles in a triangle? The sum of measure is how much?
180.
So the sum of measures is 180 degrees. We subtract from 180 degrees, we subtract 70 degrees. If we subtract 70 degrees, we get how much? We get 100, yes, 110 degrees. Since these two angles are equal, to get the measure of each angle, we divide 110 degrees by how much?
By 2.
Yes. So if we divide 110 by 2, we get a 55 degrees. So each angle measures how much?
55 degrees.
So the measure of this angle is 55 degrees and the measure of the second angle is 55 degrees. In this way, we got the two equal angles in an isosceles triangle. So the measure of each angle is 55 degrees. Yes, Carlo, are you still with me? Carlo?
Yes.
Okay, please answer, Carlo. This triangle is HIJ. We have a mark on HI, the same mark on HJ, the same mark on IJ. So the three sides are marked the same. What does this tell you? They are what? The three sides are
Equal.
Yes. Which triangle has 3 equal sides, Carlo? What kind of triangles is HIJ having 3 equal sides? Guys, which triangle has 3 equal sides?
Equilateral.
Equilateral. So HIJ is an equilateral triangle since it has 3 equal sides and it also has 3 equal angles. I told you that in an equilateral triangle, always each angle measures 60 degrees. This angle has a measure of 60 degrees. Also, this angle measures 60 degrees and the third angle measures 60 degrees. Please don't forget that any triangle having 3 equal sides and 3 equal angles, it will be an equilateral triangle. So this triangle is an equilateral triangle. This is an equilateral triangle and each angle measures 60 degrees. Now, in this sentence, it has no figure, but we should answer according to what is written. KLM is a triangle. I don't know what kind of triangles is it. It has a right angle, so it has a 90 degrees angle and a 60 degrees angle. So what kind of triangles is it? Which triangle has a
Semi-equilateral.
Yes, it is a semi-equilateral triangle. It has a right angle, a 90 degrees, it has a 60 degrees, and the third angle measures how much? Yes,
30 degrees.
the third angle measures 30 degrees. Yes. Now, in the last triangle, OPQ is a triangle. It has a right angle. Which triangle has a right angle in it?
Right triangle.
It is a right triangle. Please يا جماعة these definitions انتوا ناسيينهم يعني أنا هلا اللي فهمته you have forgotten all these definitions. Please, these definitions are very, very, very important in the final exam. Study them again because you have forgotten them. Okay, let me erase now what is written before we start with our second exercise. In the second exercise, it is talking about special lines in triangles. How many special lines did we study in triangles? Yes? Who can tell me what are the special lines that we studied in a triangle?
It's the bisector.
The bisector, yes.
The perpendicular bisector.
The perpendicular bisector, they are written in front of you. The
The
bisector,
median.
the perpendicular bisector, the median, and
The height.
the height. So these are the 4 lines that we talked about in triangles. The bisector, the perpendicular bisector, the median, and the height. Let me remind you about each kind of these triangles. First, I will remind you about the median, the height, the bisector, the perpendicular bisector. Also, the definitions of these lines are very important in our final exam. First, I will remind you first of the height. Suppose we have a triangle ABC. This is a triangle ABC. And I wanted to draw the height issued from A. Issued means coming out from A. So I should draw the height coming out from A. Also, whenever I need to draw a height, I want to know from which vertex it is issued and to which side it is going. Always the height goes from the vertex to the opposite side perpendicular. To draw the height, you need a ruler, which is the set square. So you put your set square on line BC, passing through A, and you draw a perpendicular line, and we make the sign of the right angle, which means that this red line is a perpendicular drawn from A to side BC. So this is the height of side BC drawn from A. So the definition of the height, it is a line drawn from the vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. This definition, as I said, should be memorized to be applied. The second line, suppose we have also another triangle and we wanted to draw the median issued from, suppose this triangle is called MNP. We should draw the median issued from N. Also, to draw the median, we should know the vertex and the opposite side. N is the vertex, so the opposite side is the side MP. To draw the median, we need to find the midpoint of side MP, a point in the middle of the segment. So to find it, we divide the measure of the segment by 2. If MP is equal to 6 centimeter, to find the midpoint, we divide 6 by 2. So 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. So we mark the midpoint on the 3 centimeter. After marking the midpoint, we only join it with the opposite vertex. So this line is the median issued from N to side MP. So this is the first one is the height. The second one is the median. The third one now I will talk about is the bisector. Also, suppose we have a triangle, any triangle, ABC, and I needed to draw the bisector of angle ABC. ABC, it is at vertex B. So the vertex at which I'm drawing the bisector is at vertex B. We draw the bisector for an angle, so we use a protractor. We bring our protractor, we measure angle ABC. Suppose the measure of angle ABC is 50 degrees. What does the bisector do? The bisector divides the angle into 2 equal angles. So we divide 50 degrees by 2, it gives me 25 degrees. So I again use my protractor and I mark on the 25 degrees. Suppose the mark is here on the 25 degrees. What I do is I join what I marked with the vertex and I got the bisector. These two angles are equal to each other's. This angle is equal to 25 degrees and also this angle is equal to 25 degrees. This is the bisector. Finally, we have the final line that I talked about, which is the perpendicular bisector of a segment. Suppose I have a triangle EFG and I wanted to draw the perpendicular bisector of side FG. To draw the perpendicular bisector, first we get the midpoint of FG. After getting the midpoint using a long ruler, we bring the set square and we put it on FG to draw a perpendicular at the midpoint. So this line is called a perpendicular bisector. After we draw the 3 heights in a triangle, they intersect at a point called the orthocenter. After we draw the three medians, the intersection point of the three medians is called the center of gravity. After we draw the three bisectors in a triangle, the intersection point is called the in-center. After we draw the three perpendicular bisectors in this triangle, the intersection point is called the circumcenter. These should be studied, as I said, and memorized. Now, we will solve this exercise about what I discussed now. We should match perpendicular at the midpoint of a segment. Which line of these lines is perpendicular at the midpoint of a segment? Yes? Yes, guys? فليتوا ما حش في حدا هون؟ شو بكن؟ Which point is perpendicular? Which line is perpendicular at the midpoint of a segment? ولو is it a bisector, a perpendicular bisector, a median, or a height? It is
perpendicular bisector.
Yes, it is the perpendicular bisector. لا شكلكم كتير حافظين definitions، يعني حافظينهم كتير هالقد، يعني عن جد أفهمتوني قد ما حافظين الديفينيشنز. يعني حاسي حالي عم بحكي لحالي. ليه طلعتوا اونلاين حبيباتي اذا مش دارسين الديفينيشنز؟ ليه؟ ولو definitions مش حافظينهم، شو عم تعملوا بالبيت؟ شو قاعدين عم تعملوا بالبيت؟ You should study the definitions. Number 2, which line divides the angle into two equal angles? A bisector, a median, or a height?
Bisector.
A bisector. فيش إلا حسن اليوم. Number 3, drawn from the vertex and passes through the midpoint of the side. Which one? Is it a median or a height?
A median.
A median. Yes, يا Maya. Number 4, perpendicular drawn from the vertex to the opposite side. Which line?
The height.
The height. Now, the point of intersection of medians, we call it orthocenter, center of gravity, in center, or circumcenter. Center of gravity. Intersection point of heights, it's called
Orthocenter.
orthocenter. Intersection point of bisectors, it's called
In-center.
in-center. Intersection point of a perpendicular bisectors, it's called
Circumcenter.
circumcenter. So please study this well. We have a true-false question. We should specify whether the following statements are true or false. يلا يا آية. آية.
Yes, miss.
An equilateral triangle has two equal sides only. True or false?
False. True.
حبيبتي false ولا true؟ ليه محتارة بحياتك؟
False.
مش حافظة الديفينيشنز يا آية حبيبتي تقبريني؟ بدنا ندرسهم لهود definitions. هود definitions هن امتحان آخر السنة. إذا أنت مش دارسيتهم ما رح نعمل منيح بامتحان الفاينل exam. So an equilateral triangle has two equal sides only. Of course it is false because it has three equal sides. Yes يا ميا.
Yes. In a right triangle, there is only one right angle. Yes.
True أكيد ما فيش عنا إلا angle right وحدة. Yes آدم.
Yes, miss.
The intersection of the three medians is called the centroid.
False.
هيدي إذا مش حافظهم يا آدم حبيبي رح تتحذر تحذير أنت هون. بدك تكون دارس الديفينيشنز لتقدر تعرف الأجوبة. This is true. لأنه the intersection of the three medians إلها اسمين. يا اسمها centroid يا اسمها center of gravity. أنا عاطيتك الاثنين بالlecture. Number 4, yes, ya Hassan. In an isosceles triangle, the side opposite to the special vertex is a hypotenuse. True or false?
False.
False. It's called the base, not the hypotenuse. Thank you. Carlo.
Yes.
Each angle in an equilateral triangle measures 60 degrees. True or false?
True.
True. Thank you. So this is true. Now, an isosceles triangle has two equal sides. Yes, Aya.
True.
True. Now, Hassan, the point of intersection of the three heights is called an in-center.
True.
False, it's called the orthocenter. Maya, the median is a segment from the vertex perpendicular to the opposite side. True or false?
Miss, false, because
Akid, this is a
perpendicular
height,
to the
not,
midpoint.
yes, this is a height, not perpendicular. Now, Carlo, the sum of angles in a triangle is 180 degrees. True or false?
True.
True. Of course, true. In a right triangle, the side opposite to the right angle is a hypotenuse, ya Adam. True or false?
True.
True. The height is a segment from the vertex perpendicular to the opposite side, ya Maya. True or false?
Yes, true.
This is true. The point of intersection of the three heights is called the orthocenter, ya Hassan. True or false?
True.
Yes, true. The bisector is a line that divides an angle into two equal angles, ya Aya. True or false?
True.
True. In a right triangle, there are two perpendicular sides. True or false, ya Adam?
False.
طيب. False. This is a right triangle, ya Adam. رح أرسم لك إياه. This is a right triangle. It has one right angle. صح يا آدم؟
Yes.
أوكي. شو رأيك بهيدا السايد وبهيدا السايد؟ في بيناتهم right angle. شو بنسميهم؟ parallel ولا perpendicular؟
Perpendicular.
فإذا true or false يلي حكيناه؟
True.
True. Now the median is a segment from the vertex to the midpoint of the opposite side. Maya.
True.
True. Hassan, in a triangle, the three medians are concurrent. True or false?
True.
Concurrent means they intersect at the same point, ya Hassan. So this is true. Okay, our time is over now. I thank you all guys for joining. Please, as I said, study all the definitions. Start studying all the definitions in our lesson, the triangles. If you didn't study these definitions, the final exam will be hard for you because in the final exam, you will have many questions about the lesson triangles. Study these definitions before the final exam comes, okay? Thank you all again for joining.